So I'm sitting at this magical spot that I've already shared. It's absolutely gorgeous. I can't even put into words how beautiful it is right here. And I was just reflecting on the amazingness of this moment and what it took to get me to this moment and to be here now, as the saying goes. I'm about an hour away from Nosara on an ATV ride by myself. In fact, my friends don't know where I am, which probably isn't the smartest thing, but whatever, it is what it is. And this is truly a little mini adventure that I've brought myself on to Costa Rica and to this spot today. And I was just reflecting how there was a time in my life where I was so afraid of the unknown, and I was so afraid of spontaneity and afraid of venturing into uncharted waters and uncharted territories. And yet here I am, in the middle of nowhere essentially, as the sun is, beginning to make its way towards sunset. And I can't help but to acknowledge myself for all that has brought me to this point to be able to do this, because I used to be so scared of anything that wasn't familiar and comfortable. And I know there's a lot of you guys out there that are also afraid of anything that is outside of the comfort zone. And so I guess this is me just saying that it's possible, and the adventures that we bring ourselves on are always the exact adventure that we're ready for in the moment. So this adventure I was ready for today. 5 years ago or a year ago, I may not have been ready to do this. I would have been too frightened. And so it's easy. I made a video earlier about judging a book by its cover. It's easy to judge a book by its cover. It's easy to look at other people's lives and think, wow, it's amazing, the life they're living or the things that they're doing, and I could never do that. And that's straight up bullshit. It's total bullshit. Of course you can. Maybe not today, or maybe not tomorrow, but maybe a year from now, or maybe 2 years from now, or maybe a month from now. There's always an adventure that corresponds to what you're ready for if you choose it. So I just warmly invite you to consider, what would that adventure be? Would it be moving into a different apartment? Would it be dating again? Would it be writing an article that you've been afraid to write? There's infinite adventures. Life is an adventure. Everything we do is an adventure. Going to the store in a Spanish-speaking country when you speak no Spanish is an adventure. Or asking someone, how much does a coconut cost? I've only got 500 colones. Is that enough? Like, whatever it is, wherever you are, there is an adventure that you can go on. And that adventure is simply whatever it is that is you choosing out of your comfort zone, no matter how small or how big that is. So consider where you're holding yourself back and ask yourself, what would an adventure look like in this area of my life? What would it look like for me to take a little baby adventure, one step outside that comfort zone? And show yourself what you're capable of. There's only one way to find out. I could never know what I'm comfortable with, or what my threshold is, or what that edge is, unless I tried and I went for it. And there were some scary moments today. At one point I had to cross a river on the ATV, and I'm like, shit, this is pretty deep. My friend Jason was like, you just gotta go for it when there's a river. And so I just went for it. I floored the ATV and went through it, and the ATV kind of stopped in the middle of the river, and then it took off. And for a second my heart skipped a beat, like, oh shit, am I gonna get stuck? And so every great journey has obstacles. Even if that journey is something small, there's still obstacles, and it's still very scary. Fear is subjective. What causes you to feel fear may not be what causes me to feel fear, but that fear may be the same in magnitude and scope. And so I'm just excited. I'm excited for what the next adventure is. I'm excited and happy for myself, and I'm sitting here and I've just really been feeling the love I have for myself, that I did this today for myself, to show myself what I'm capable of, and to show myself how much stronger I am than I would have known had I not gone on this little ATV adventure. And so if you want to feel your power and feel that sense of strength of who you are, then just step out of the comfort zone just a little bit. Just a little bit. Take that little baby step. And feel the fear. And floor it. And gun through it. And come out on the other side of the river. And fucking celebrate. I'm gonna celebrate with a cold coconut water after this. I'm gonna go buy one and I'm gonna enjoy every sip of it. And then I'm gonna make my way back and hang out with my friends and having amazing dinner. And yet I'm just so fucking grateful right now that I gave myself this little trip, this little adventure right now. Because it feels amazing to sit in my power and to sit with that love that I have for myself and to just bask in it and to just feel it and to let it go out and radiate, because that's what it does. And that's what draws people to us and experiences to us and opportunities and other adventures, things we can never know because we put ourselves on the line, so to speak, and stepped into our power, even though it was a little bit scary. So thank you for sharing this moment with me. And I invite you to take that adventure. Stop judging what an adventure is and know that your adventure is exactly the adventure that you need right now, and that you have the power to say yes to it, just like I did. So I love you, and I want to hear what your adventure is. Post it below or whatever. Post on Facebook or send me a message. Or let's just talk. Whatever. However I can hold you accountable to taking that adventure, even if this video is it, the impetus that you needed. You have permission to go on an adventure and to step out of that comfort zone and to step out of the waters of comfort and familiarity. And it's safe and it's okay. You're supported. And this is what builds trust in self. And this is what builds self-agency, a term that my brother turned me on to a few years ago, which is the capacity to be an agent of your own life. I have no friends here. I have no one with me. I'm totally by myself. But I trust in my capacity to take care of myself because of each of the adventures that I've taken that have brought me to this point. And yet, again, because of the adventure that I've gone on today, that still has another hour for me to get back as the sun is setting, which is its own exciting kind of scary little adventure because I'm in the backcountry of Costa Rica and it's dirt roads and it's dark and I got the ATV and who knows. But I will get back and it's going to be great and I'm excited.